Thank you so much, His Excellency. Ladies and gentlemen, we feel honored to invite our chief guest, His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Irfaan Ali, President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana. May I request you, sir, to kindly address the august gathering?
Thank you very much. Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi, my distinguished brother, President Santoki, distinguished ministers, Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted to be here once again in the Republic of India, the birthplace of my ancestors, and a country which afforded me the opportunity to pursue higher education. India belongs to all of us. I want to take this opportunity also to thank the Chief Minister, the government, and the people of Madhya Pradesh for your kind hospitality, your love, and the way in which you welcome us to this beautiful city. I thank the Prime Minister of India for his invitation extended to me to participate in this convention. I express my appreciation for the warm and gracious hospitality extended to me and the members of my delegation, the largest private sector delegation to ever visit India from Guyana. Today is a significant day in the history of India, for it was on the 9th of January 1915, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi returned home to India from South Africa. It was on this day, 107 years ago, that the once physically frail-looking but morally firm and formidable man returned and intensified the struggle for India's independence. India's independence was an inspiration for freedom-seeking peoples around the world. It ignited their hopes and aspirations of freedom and a better future for them and their progeny. India has used the fruits of its independence to assist other developing countries. And on this point, Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi, we owe you a debt of gratitude. When the world locked its borders and globalization failed, you showed the world that globalization can still succeed and there is still love when the hardest of times hit us. When the world could not find vaccine and you faced the challenge of the COVID-19 pandemic, you showed the world what real love and hope is when you shared vaccine with the rest of the world. I stand here very proud of your work, very proud of your love, and very proud of your demonstration of what real love and hope should look like. I take this opportunity to express once again my profound appreciation for India's support to Guyana. Since the establishment of diplomatic relations between our two states, Guyana has benefited from robust cooperation with India in the fields of agriculture, culture, diplomacy, education, health, housing, information communications technology, infrastructural development, investment, renewable energy, sport, trade, and water. Today, Guyana pursues similar ideals like Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi. As President, I find commonality in the philosophy. Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas, which is bringing everyone together, pursuing growth and development, and winning and building trust for everyone. This is the path that marries unity with prosperity, good governance with strong leadership that you are demonstrating. As our country expands, we embrace fully the Rainbow of India concept, which builds the country among the themes of Sanskriti, Krishti, Mahela Shakti, Prakrati, Sansadan, Yuva Shakti, Loktandra, and Gyan, which is ensuring our country is built on the strength of its culture, agriculture, women, natural resources, youth power, democracy, and knowledge. India is a world leader in developing pratibha, talent, and utilizing prododiki, technology, and we look forward to further collaborating in these two areas. With the development of talent and the sharing of technology, India stands way ahead of all others in developing a world that is hopeful, a world in which technology is not seen as an expensive tool, but technology is seen as an accessible tool to improve all of humanity. Guyana has also keenly observed India's management of relations with its diaspora. We have learned from India as we embark on a new chapter of enhancing our engagement with our own diaspora, which, like India, is scattered across the globe in almost every country. I believe that it is important that we continuously share our experiences in engaging with our respective diasporas. This convention serves such beneficial purpose. Today, I want to therefore share my perspective about diaspora relations. My country, Guyana, is a multi-ethnic society. Indians, whose ancestors first came to work in Guyana as indentured immigrants, constitute the largest ethnic group in the country. Guyana itself has a large diaspora, which is ranked as one of the largest in the world in terms of its share of the national population. One recent report suggested that almost 40% of all Guyanese live overseas. The traditional approach to diaspora relations tended to emphasize remigration, remittances, and family-based tourism. The results of this approach were mixed. Without doubt, remittances have contributed to providing economic support for thousands of Guyanese families. We also were able to attract skilled persons to return and provide the country with much-needed critical skills to rebuild the economy, to restore international creditworthiness, and to establish enterprises. But pull factors including family ties and better opportunities also led to many of them returning overseas. Guyana is now a much stronger economy than it has ever been. It is now the fastest growing economy in the world, registering a real GDP growth of 19.9% in 2021, and growth for 2022 estimated at more than 50%. On this note, Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi, I assure you that the economic opportunity, growth, and potential of Guyana is open to the entire private sector of India to participate fully and to be involved in the transformation that is taking place. The country's economy is now in a full takeoff mode of development. This transformative stage of economic development is spawning massive economic opportunities across almost all sectors of the economy. Our intention is to position Guyana to be among the leaders in the world in energy security, climate security, food security, fresh water, and a full-scale human resource development that provides the best health and educational services, and India is an important strategic partner in achieving all of this. Guyana is mindful of the experience of other countries, which have experienced rapid growth, but also led to socioeconomic inequalities. As such, we have embraced a One Guyana agenda, which promotes greater unity and shared prosperity amongst all of our people. Our diaspora is integral to the One Guyana agenda. As such, Guyana is now embracing a diaspora integration model. This flows from our belief that diasporas should not be treated as entities that are peripheral to nationhood. Diasporas are an integral part of our nation. They may be resident outside of our borders, but they remain within our nation. They are part of us and not apart from us. As such, it is necessary when crafting policies that we seek to integrate our diaspora into the process of national development. Policies, therefore, should be tailored to make our diasporas integral rather than incidental to nationhood. My experience has been that members of our diaspora are no less patriotic and no less fervent in their support of country. They celebrate when the national teams do well. Their hearts swell with pride when their countrymen excel and attain high office. And they are passionate in supporting their motherland. I have little doubt that this too is India's experience. Guyana, like India, is a multicultural society with different religious and ethnic groups. The celebration by the diaspora of their religious, cultural, and national festivals and events serve to reinforce the strong connection to homeland and their sense of national identity. The forging of a strong sense of national identity within the diaspora is therefore central to the model of diaspora relations that we are pursuing. One of the ways in which the diaspora reinforces national identity is by keeping alive their cultural and national traditions. These traditions promote a sense of oneness. Relations with our diaspora cannot ignore the role of religious, ethnic, and national traditions in sustaining our multicultural and national identities. Policies which promote the continued observances of religious, cultural, and national observances within the diaspora must become part of our engagement with the diaspora. If the diaspora is to become more integral in national development, it must benefit from accurate and updated information. We now live in an information age where information is now more easily accessible. But the very platforms which may make such information more accessible and more instantaneous can become sources of disinformation. It is therefore essential to establish platforms for the provision of accurate and timely delivery of information to the members of the diaspora and to counteract misinformation. We are also keen to transform the brain drain into brain gain. The technology now exists to also tap into our highly skilled diaspora. The diaspora possesses the skills and expertise that are needed for the modernization of our economy. We hope to be able to use ICT to be able to make greater use of the wealth of skills available within the diaspora, including in providing educational and health services. The diaspora integration model also embraces a role of our diaspora as an instrument of soft power. Many members of our diaspora have done exceedingly well in their adopted homelands and have risen to positions of prominence. Collectively, the size and strength of our diaspora in some developed countries attribute great influence to them. Many of the members of our diaspora are strategically placed in positions of influence to help protect and promote our national interests overseas. We look to our diaspora to project our external interests, including to protect our democracy and to defend our territorial integrity and sovereignty, particularly from external threats. We look to our diaspora to champion international causes which are germane to our national interests, including arresting climate change. Indeed, we also look to our diaspora to wield its influence in attracting and unlocking markets for our products. Our experience dictates that diaspora policies should not be cast in stone. They must remain flexible and adaptable to changing realities. The realities in my country are changing, and we have adopted a new approach to diaspora relations, one that is consistent with our goals and aspirations. Our experience has also led us to underscore the importance of exchanging ideas about diaspora relations, and equally about creating strong diaspora networks and improving links between such networks. Before I close, Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi, distance may be keeping us apart, but our heart and soul connects us through faith and hope. You visited Guyana even before you were Chief Minister, and you felt the love of the Guyanese diaspora. I visited and I studied here even before I became President, and I felt the love of the Indian people. We pray and hope that before the end of this year, we will have the good fortune of your visit to Guyana, so that we can share with you our development aspirations and the hope of a country that is so connected to you and the people of India. I therefore see the Pravasi Divas Convention as an important platform for not only exchanging ideas on this subject, but also fostering deeper and stronger ties among states which have significant diasporas, such as India and Guyana. I wish every success to this convention. It has been my absolute pleasure to be here and to address you. And before I close, Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi, on behalf of the government and people of India, of Guyana, and I'm sure of India too, we want you to know that our love and support is with you and your family during this difficult period in losing your mother. You have once again demonstrated to the world the importance of motherhood through your love, your commitment, your dedication, and your honor as a good son. May God bless you, and may God bless all of us. I thank you.